Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, Better Than Starting Manned. We are on our way to the moon. As per our plan, we have our goo return, hypothetical goo return system ready to roll, and we are preparing to go. So a quick save just in case something goes horribly wrong on the transition here, but otherwise we will be making orbit around the moon in just a few minutes. I just have to make sure we don't go across this boundary too fast as usual. Never fails that old rounding error problem you have when you're going at warp. A little faster, we need to get closer. 9 minutes to go. I know I'm a little paranoid about these, but I've seen just how badly it can go now. Okay, 33 seconds, that's not bad. We'll just go at 4x until we're at 5 seconds to go. 2, 1, 0, boom. Nice. All right. Orbital burn. Planning time. It'd be nice if we were in a polar orbit, but you know what? It's not going to matter that much. Or not a polar, but a equatorial orbit, but I'm not going to worry about it too much at this point. The important thing will be to land on the light side of the planet. Let's do a few more 10s into this. There we go. 33, 29. Perfect. Okay. Now let's see if we can save ourselves a little RCS. That would not be a bad thing. I should have probably disabled those. I don't know if it's centered quite right to do much right now, but we're going to at least try. No, I guess it is. It's just going to take some time, but that's okay. Time we've got. 1 hour and 37 minutes to be precise. I love it. You see the thrust vectoring when I do this. It's already the Poodle engine is all prepared to help and all that. So in an ideal world, this Poodle engine will get me 90% of the way, at least into orbit, and and on the way to the ground, if not most of the way down, because I need these engines for the return stage. Now, if I had radial decouplers, which I don't yet, I would use them to, I would kick off, basically save this central engine for the return flight and kick off all this excess crap. You put a few batteries on the center stack that would be disabled, and then basically discard all the unused hardware and basically all the hardware that is no longer of use to the flight. Okay, now we'll turn the RCS on for a very brief lock. There we go. There we go. RCS off. SAS off. Quick saved. Okay. 1 hour till I burn. And of course, since I've saved and reloaded the game since we last saw it, I don't have my burn time estimate, but it shouldn't be more than about 30 seconds. So that's when we're going to burn. I mean, it's basically going to be right at the bloody periapsis. That's where we need to burn for optimal results anyways. Alright, coming in 2 minutes, 1 minute, and slight adjustment, SAS on, RCS on. Okay, not going to take long at all. There we go. Just about perfect. Go Poodle go! And then we will contrive to land ourselves on the light side of the moon for our sanity. Excellent. Our apoapsis is coming down quite nicely. We'll round out this thing. Perfect. Just about exactly on the mark. 5, 4, 3, 2... Bingo! That is just about exactly what we planned. Okay, good enough, good enough. Okay, RCS off, SAS off. Next job. Okay, so we're obviously not going to land exactly where I would have liked. So we're going to bring it in from the apoapsis, like so. And that will definitely get us on the light side of the planet. And hopefully coming in from the apoapsis will be a decent... I think... It's not changing the amount of fuel it requires, but yeah, we definitely want to leave... Yeah, I think pretty close to the apoapsis will be good. At least according to my quick save, which is saved for the purpose of in case something goes... Or we could try to land right on the equator and then get a better launch to return to Kerbal. Not that it matters a whole lot, but... because that would require... Which way is the night side going? It's rotating into the light this way. So yeah, if I was to start my burn right here, for example... Let's just get rid of that burn. Right here... I could possibly land... I could land reasonably close to the equator, like so, because of the nature of my orbit. I could drop it down at least closer to the equator than I would otherwise. If I do it from the apoapsis, I'll actually be quite far. Yeah, I think that'll do. That will do. I've got 21 minutes to rotate. Saving a little bit more RCS fuel here. Now, if I've done this right, this tank should remain off. Yep. And this tank should be the one that's doing all the work right now. So it'll be doing all the stabilization for the drop to the planet, which is ideal. The only downside being that we're going to lose a fair chunk because I've actually been fairly efficient with my RCS. This ship's nice and stable. I'm pretty happy with it. Replace all this with a crew capsule. It would almost do the trick, wouldn't it? In fact, it very well might. The only problem would be access. I guess I'd have to put a ladder up one side of one of these gas tanks here. Job for another day. Designing the landing pod itself. I gotta also figure out how this mass of this compares with the mass of the potential lander, because that is also a non-trivial exercise. Keep on turning. So that poodle is going to get us, yeah, at least on our way down. And I mean, as soon as the poodle runs out of fuel, we're going to have to switch out to this one, which means we're going to have to switch that on in fairly short notice. Shouldn't be a big deal. Just trying to slow it down now with the SAS. Little tiny shot of RCS to finish it up. Whoa! Whoop, whoop. Forgot to reset it to the right location. Oh well. It's not like we're short on RCS in the upper tank. Stop right. Stop fighting me. I gotta remember to turn that off when I'm actually adjusting my position. It gets a little silly at times. Okay, RCS off. SAS remains on. 19 minutes to go. And obviously we're going to have to do a final tiny adjustment to our orientation. But yeah, so if we do this, we're going to land on the light side, which will just make my life easier is all. And then we'll basically just burn right on the marker. Okay, RCS, sort of a final adjustment right there. Okay. Time for another landing. It's been a while. This is the... Okay, well that got us down. It's pretty much now just adjustments to my speed and angle. Because we want to make sure we land... I guess it doesn't matter how much... Hello and welcome back. Sorry about the abrupt jump cut there. Things have gone mildly poorly. I've had 2 failed landings because I've been actually just a little twitchy this morning. I'm kind of aching from some outside garden work this morning, and I mean, it's not an excuse, but my muscles just aren't quite reacting the way I'm used to. Anyways, I cut them just for the sake of not boring you guys. I might throw in the... Nah, you know, I'm not even going to. Basically, the ship at the last second, I hit the wrong keys, and I usually wound up with too much speed, too little speed, or horizontal movement or something. Just, you know, just little mistakes that I shouldn't have been making. Anyways, this is attempt number 3 now, and we are going to consume the Poodle and its RCS tank here quickly. Poodle at about 75%. We'll use up the RCS at the last minute. It doesn't really matter. Whoops. Yeah, we don't want those out yet. Yeah, I mean, the ship is balanced. Basically, in both cases, the ship wound up lying on its side during the first attempts. So, that was unfortunate. Just burn down that monopropellant as well. It actually gives a fairly decent... So one thing we're trying to avoid, this is one thing that went really, really wrong. So I landed near some craters that really messed me up. Oh, there goes the fuel. All I need to do now is use up the RCS from this one. We'll kill the engines. All right. Oh, and there it goes. U on. And let's eject that. And then we'll do a very low-powered slowdown while that chunk goes tumbling off towards the planet. We're just trying to very slowly cut our orbital speed, and it looks like we're going to land right in the middle of this gigantic crater, which could be good or bad. It's interesting. I don't remember setting up to land there. It must have been a rounding error. This is the right ship, right? Yeah. Okay, I did load the right quick save. That's good. Okay. Yeah. I've pretty much given up on what I said right at the beginning of the series about the quick saves. These missions just take too long to not at least give yourself a fighting chance if it's a user error that resulted in your failure. You know, if it's ship design flaw, so be it. But user error, yeah, no, I'm afraid I can't let that pass because there's just too much twitchy things that can go wrong in this game. Just give it a little bit more juice so we're actually slowing down a bit more. There we are. We're trying to do both rotation and horizontal cancellation at the same time here. Let's see, 19,000 meters and dropping. It looks like, if I'm careful, I won't wind up in any craters of significance, which is good. Maybe, it looks like these 2 sort of lighter spots right here might be where I wind up. Interesting. I think during one of my landings I didn't burn as early, and I wound up landing in this crater over here, and that's part of what caused me a lot of trouble. Okay. We're going to have to slow down a lot faster now, but we've been using, basically, we're not even at 30% engine power at this moment. But we're definitely going to have to use more than that soon. definitely time to cut that down a little bit more significantly. I just hope I'm not burning too much of my RCS doing this. Enough. Okay. Yeah, we're running really low on time now. 4 kilometers to go. Okay, I've switched it to lower power RCS, so hopefully I won't wind up with any significant bumps or bruises. Come on, stop it. Stop fighting me. Okay, just a little bit further towards vertical. Okay, I gotta cut the engines for a second, because I gotta be right on top of this now. Which is fine. It's exactly where I need to be. Gear out. Okay. And one last little burst of speed to keep us from crashing. We need to be going at about 12-ish. Come on, no, no, no. No, no, no. Get back towards vertical. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Keep it stable. Steady, steady, steady. Okay, this is going to be it. This has got to be it. This has got to succeed. It's been a long haul to get this far. Okay, and cut. No! No! Oh. Okay. Quick save. Expose the goo. This will be what it will be. Okay. Can I close the cover on this at least? No, I can't. Okay, well, that's as good as it's going to get. You know, I think I might just expose both of these just in case we have any issues with... because if I have both of them with data in them, if something goes wrong on reentry and one of them gets burned off, I'll still have the other one. Okay. I did quick save, right? There it is. Yeah, it's hiding behind the science alert. Okay. Well, I think it's time to get ourselves back into orbit. No time like the present, right? We want to... Ooh, chase cam. Trippy. There we are. Okay. We are back and it's time to get this beastie home. So we are going to go for a middle rate launch because we want to go... Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, we want to go this way, which is more or less equatorial, I believe. I see, yeah, 90 degrees to the north-south line, so... Okay, let's go full horizontal. There's no sense in not. We are at high enough elevation that we won't hit anything. We just need to get our periapsis orbital and we're good to go. There we go. Excellent. Come on. Okay, well, we'll wait a second. We'll do a burn closer to the periaps, or the apoaps, to actually achieve orbit. .36 seconds. We'll just round it out here. I mean, we just need to be not crashing. Seriously. Just get that periaps out of the planet, and we'll be happy. And then we can pray that there's enough juice in this thing to get it back to Kerbal. It's going to be tight, though. Definitely going to be a tight, rough and close encounters flight. Please tell me I kept this little tank off. I did. I still have another 50 RCS left. We're almost in orbit. A little bit more rotation. And a little bit more into my periaps. Let's get that positive. We needed about, oh, I don't know, 12 would probably be enough. You know, that's probably adequate, because we're not going to stay there very long. Yeah, that's high enough. I'm not going to hit anything. It's close. I mean, it's scary close to the planet. Still a bit of a rotational orbit, but let's see what we can do about getting us back to Kerbal. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, a lot less than that. That's actually, is that getting us closer? Not really, per se. Yeah, it is actually. So departure time is going to determine. We need to monitor that, because we need that a lot lower. Okay. Okay, there's our first Kerbal situation. All right, and we're up to a 14, 15. Let's see. A little radial out of this. There we go. Okay, the radial, assuming it doesn't make us go through the moon in the process, is going to get us pretty close to the right place. And in fact, it's allowing me to use less... Whoops. Alright, now I need less radial. Okay, that's fine by me. Oh, wait, no. Less radial is going negative. Radial's going negative. Okay, let's give it 1 or 2 more ticks of juice in the pro. 20-second burn. Let me see. That does not do much. Well, except it doesn't cost me... Let me see. Let's see if we can adjust the departure time. Yep, we can. Get a better result from going a little later. Which also means I might be able to take some of the radial, because I think, yep, my projected orbit does have to go through the moon, and that's not good. Alright, that's as low as we can afford to go. So hopefully, a little bit of a different departure time will do the job. Alright, let's see. Doesn't go through the planet. Is a 21-second burn. Results in an orbit that is lower than the moon, which means I'm not bursting any extra energy into this job. It's a whole 6 hours back to Kerbal with this burn. We just need to make sure we go low enough. 30 kilometers should be enough, especially because I'm going to be doing a little bit of braking on the way. Okay, well that's a pretty solid return burn in 28 minutes. SAS off, RCS off. We have still half a tank of gas, so we're actually in pretty good shape. Such as it is. Except for those 2 horrible landings, which I will have cut in for your viewing pleasure at the end of either the previous episode or the beginning of this one. Okay. Man, even with those... boy, that is an odd departure angle. Interesting. I guess that's what happens when we're in a fairly steep orbit. We've got a... Oh, right, that's there because I gave it the... It wound up named the Minmus probe that wound up going to the moon. That's what that is. Okay, I mean, it's only 150 science, so it's not quite as much as I had hoped for. But it's 150 science I didn't have before. It gave me a chance to test this lander. And at the end of the day, that's really all that matters. Quick saved. We certainly have lots of power left. Power is not an issue. This thing has power to burn because of those Poodle engines. That is a low flight over the moon, though. Look at that. Glad that there aren't any really tall mountains on the moon, or we'd be in real trouble. Okay. So it's all about picking your time and ejection and all that stuff. So 21-second full throttle burn means that in, I guess I went too low to go at that speed. Yeah, I'm below 10,000 meters now. Boy, that's a lot more detail than you really want to see. Makes the planet look awfully big, doesn't it? It's kind of cool. All we have to do is make sure we're not actually burning towards the planet. And there's Kerbin. That is a cool view. That actually might be worth a screenshot. It's a screen. I don't even know how to take a screenshot in Kerbal Space Program. The other intriguing possibility is that trying to take a screenshot could crash my game. And Fraps. So there may be a very odd jump cut in there in a moment. But nothing serious. I didn't lose anything critical. Just a few minutes of time warp is all. That's why we quick save. So memory serves the burn was supposed to be about 22 seconds. So we will do that at T minus 10 seconds. And now know that it's F10 to do a screenshot in Fraps. And so we're going to do a shot of Kerbin Rise here, which is going to be coming in just a moment. There it is. 1, 2. Perhaps for a future, if Season 4 ever comes around, like if version 1 comes out and really messes up the save games, this could be the launch shot for Season 4. Because that's pretty cool. Well, we better put that gear up, huh? I don't think it's going to have a huge impact on my flight characteristics, but never hurts to check. But that's kind of a nice view. I like that. Right about there. That's a good one right there. I don't know how to hide everything, but you know what? I might just crop it out. If I can just get rid of this. I know, I'm fussing around, but you know, it's pretty views like that don't come around every day, so. Okay. 50, 40, 30, 20, 11, 10. Okay. Exactly on the mark. Okay, watching it on this right here. Okay, we just got to make sure we bring it down into the atmosphere, because we definitely need to have a landing trajectory. It looks like we're going to make it back without any incident here though, which is good news. 300, 200, 100, 70 in the atmosphere, dropping down. 30. Good enough. Good enough. Okay. One more quick save as we come, hopefully not dangerously low over the moon. No, we're good. We're as low as we're going to get. 8 kilometers. Okay. So the next burn, to use up the last of this excess fuel I've got right now, will be after we are in Kerbin orbit. To pull off some of our excess velocity as we come in towards Kerbin. Okay, not long now. 1 hour to go. Slow it down. Just a few more seconds. Okay. Coming to the end of our orbit here. It's really hard to tell exactly how much is left. We just ignore it. There's just that weird math thing going on. There we are, and we're in orbit around Kerbin now. Yes, we are. And so about 3/4 of the way back to Kerbal, we need a maneuver that will adjust my... without putting me into a crashing. So pull down that apoapsis. There we are. That's already gotten too high, you see. That's okay. Well, we can probably take it back down just by decelerating more. Okay. 30 kilometers. And that will take more than half of our velocity off in 14 seconds, which is a good thing. Nice little rotation going on. Best part is we still have half a tank here and a full tank right here. So that's good. So our little lander will be very stable for its actual reentry. Other than my botched landings on the first two attempts, this has actually gone quite smoothly. The design is good. The lander it's stable. It's very stable, easy to control. So in an ideal world, if this, it's just the mass of the actual capsule that's the problem. And we're going to be, and it is going to be in Apollo style. So actually, it's got to be the lander's actually got to be a little bit more carefully designed than that, because we don't want to land with any more mass than is absolutely necessary. Because we need to use the two-man. We can't land with the command pod. It's way too heavy. Okay. Just a quick save there. So I will have to crunch some numbers on needed battery power for a manned mission. We can go a little under it because we're definitely going to be using a poodle for the interplanetary transition stage. Okay, so 14-second burn, full throttle. Whoa, well, okay, close enough. Perry's rising ever so slightly. Just got to keep it stable. We don't want it to go too high and we don't want it to go too low. The important thing is that we are not taking it dangerously low. Okay, that's one. We'll do a second one about here. I've got all this fuel. There is no sense in wasting it. It's not like I'm going to be able to get the stuff back to the planet safely, so... Okay. Okay. Yeah, if we keep on doing that, it actually... Up on that, down on that, up on that. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back to 30. That should be perfectly safe for return. 8 minutes till a 23-second burn. We've got fuel to, we do actually, it's good to note that we do actually have fuel to spare in quite quantity to be able to do this. It means we've actually got a lot of fuel on this ship. I love this asteroid impact. It looks so awesome. Okay. Excellent. Just got to keep an eye on that periapsis, make sure it doesn't go too high or too low. Keep it nice and steady. The important thing is we're bringing the lunar marker down a little. And a little bit up now. There's some point here where it's going to be almost perfectly equilibrium. I think that's it right there at the moment. Yeah, our periapsis is unchanging at the moment, which means we are just pulling... Oh, now it's dropping a little. Okay. I'm going to quick save right here, and if the re-entry goes poorly, that'll give me an opportunity to do one more, but you know what? I've pretty much used all the fuel available. Yeah, okay, good. Battery core is got full power. My full 200 battery there. Full 200 monopropellant there. I just have to make sure to turn the juice on before I release this thing. So I could have gotten away with about half the batteries that are on this thing. That's good to know. I could take at least one ring of batteries off because I've still got 6,000 battery power left, which means this was really excessive amount of electricity. But that's good. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Here we go. I'm coming in fast. Alright, we're about to hit the point where we are in... And we've just hit the atmosphere. Slow it down to 0. Rotate it to proper retro. And then get ready to get rid of the... It's actually no time like the present. Let's power it up. Power it up. Here we go. Okay, and then hopefully, if we just... Alright, and that is drifting away from us nice and fast. So the only fear is that whether or not we will have a sufficient quantity of RCS to get us to the ground. Or, sorry, battery. But I suppose in the worst case scenario, I can pre-deploy the parachute. Wow, okay, that actually came around really fast. Heat shield is burning. Everything else looks like it's going steady. Yep, we're okay. That should be... Yep, there it goes. We're going way faster than that thing. I hope we're not coming in too steep. That would be a terrible thing. Whoa, 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 whoa. No? Okay, those were just the struts. Just the struts. Okay. Okay, the struts must have been sticking through. That's always a danger. We are going fast, though. Holy crap. Yeah, there goes the rest of the ship right there. Our ablative shield still has lots of power left in it. Alright, well that's the end of that. Holy smokes, we are going fast, though. That is really fast we're going right now. Oh, there we are, reorienting to being in a landing orientation. Please, ablative shield, show me what you're made of. That should be more than enough for this return, although I may have come into... Well, there's no doubt we're landing. We're still going absurdly fast. Let's see, has the heat at least started dropping on this thing yet? Yes, it has. Okay, I think we're past the point of doom. I think the struts landed long enough to save me any serious headache. Lots of electric charge left. So I think we're good. Hey, we're going to land right near... Hey, there's the Kerbal Space Center. Nice. That's one of our many, one of our military missions right there. Chute deployment unsafe. No kidding. I'm only going 2,000 meters, 1,000 meters per second. I'm still going, okay, that's a kilometer per second. That's insanely fast. Now we are down to a slightly less absurd rate of speed. Okay, we're going to have to turn the RCS off soon. I appreciate it actually telling me that, but I mean, I usually wait until we're well below 500, half a kilometer per second. Still a little kind of crazy fast. Okay, I'll turn off the RCS. Whoa. Okay, we'll leave that on until we've got the parachute in place. Okay. Alright, time to deploy this parachute and hope for the best. Oh, jeez, that was scary. Alright, RCS off and SAS off. I don't want anything fighting the parachute at this point. It's all up to that thing. No arguments, no fights, no fuss, no muss. And with any luck, we will be on the ground in a few short minutes. And with even a little bit more luck, we'll be on the ground in a few short minutes with an intact payload. So yeah, I'll have to see what this weighs, because this is really the piece that will determine, well, I don't know exactly how we're going to do this. I got to figure out exactly what I'm going to need to get that, well, okay, that's that taken care of. Let's get it towards the ground and hope that the heat shield will absorb the remaining velocity here. We are going just a little faster than I would like. Well, all that matters is that if the goo is intact, we're okay. Here we go. Probodyne was damaged due to lack of power, but you know what? That's all right. Because we've got 2 goo containment units sitting here on the ground, and we're under control. Vessel recovered. So those Mark 1 parachutes are definitely not that good. Definitely the radials for future. Alright. Exposed goo from the moon surface. Oh. Yeah, I guess he's taken out the a whole 3,000 more monies back, but I'll take it. Let's see, and that won't be enough for a new tech, but it'll put me well on the way. Yeah, 540. It's definitely nice, though. It's the only real option will be to get the landing. And I am leaning towards immediately going for the Mark 1 lander can, because with that thing in place, I could, or solar. So the options are, I mean, I'm obviously not getting this today, but in terms of what I'm going to get out of my upcoming lunar landing mission, because that's the next mission, solar panels would open up the rest of the solar system to me. I could go to interplanetary. I could also start setting up orbital fueling stations, which could be pretty big. Or the Mark 1 landing can, so that I can do a much more efficient lander. We'll see. But that was all in all a successful mission. Learned a few valuable lessons. So I think that's all for today. Hope you've enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.